for good reason.
Of course.
Argentina is still built around Lionel Messi.
Celso for Giuliano. His pass doesn't get to its intended target. Again, he's heavily involved.
Now, they can be a very competitive team without Lionel Messi. But with Messi playing at his best, even at this point in his career, he can still give you that moment, the special sauce, the special moment of magic that can open something up for you in the latter stages of the competition. What you need to have from Argentina is that nucleus of players, that core group of players that works around Lionel Messi is willing and able to put that same amount of work rate that they did in Qatar. If they're able to do that, Argentina will have every opportunity to win this competition.
Does he play every minute of every game?
Well, if I'm an Argentina fan, I would suggest, I hope not. I hope that there are moments within a tournament that is a longer tournament because of the number of teams that are playing in this competition, that there is a chance for Lionel Messi to be able to take a few minutes off here and there. But that's going to be his decision and not so much Lionel Scaloni's decision. And I think at this point in his career, Lionel Messi does a very good job of understanding his body. And you'll see Lionel Messi for long periods of time walking around the field. A lot of the fans would kind of say, well, he's not running, he's not sprinting. And perhaps what fans are unable to understand is that he's just finding his moment. He's letting the game come to him because he's not in a point in his career where he has to go and chase it. Rodrigo de Paul would have to go and chase it. Ezequiel Palacio will have to go and chase it. Enzo Fernandez will have to go and chase it. As for Lionel Messi, he allows the game to come to him so that when it's his responsibility to give that moment of magic, he is ready, able, fresh, legs are ready to go, and explosive enough to be able to do it.
Honduras down to 10 men for now. Kervin Arriaga, having received treatment for a back problem, been told he's going to stay off for 60 seconds by the referee. Plus, Argentina's group, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan, they shouldn't need Messi to play 90 minutes in all three of those games.
Assume not. Then again, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, they did lose to Saudi Arabia to begin the World Cup in Qatar. So, on paper, it's a very accessible group for Argentina. It should be a comfortable group for Argentina, which then should make it a comfortable minutes for Lionel Messi.
Giuliano. And the diving header from Lautaro is well clutched by Njivar.
It's good build-up down the left-hand side. Good driving of the ball by Palacios. Brings his defender towards him. Good ball into the box, and Lautaro Martinez attacks it well. Hits it straight into the ground, and Njivar comes up with a save.
Well, one back. Rosales. Rivas. Good pressure by Hiai. Interesting point you made about Argentina losing to Saudi Arabia. Then they went on to win the World Cup. In 3 of the last 4 World Cups, the defending champions haven't even got out the group. France, the exception. They made the final in Qatar. But prior to that, Italy, defending champions from 2006, didn't get out the group in 2010. Spain, defending champions from 2010, didn't get out the group in 2014. And Germany, defending champions from 2014, didn't get out of the group in 2018. Strange things can happen.
They can. However,
yeah, not that group.
I am comfortable in suggesting that Argentina will get out of their group in this upcoming World Cup.
Yes. This is Thiago Almada. He does thread the needle. Nice turn by Lo Celso. Hiai. Good block, but Lautaro at the second attempt. It'll be a corner. It could have been a lot worse for Honduras.
Again, good build-up. Lo Celso does well in getting himself turned away from pressure, understanding where the space is and where the run is coming from Agustin Hiay. And from there, it's a good cross. It's good contact initially from Lautaro Martinez, well blocked from Honduras. And then I'm thinking Lautaro Martinez is looking at the uniform of Honduras and saying, yeah, that looks like our uniform.
There you go, Lionel. Tap in. Oh. First corner.
You asked at the beginning of the game about the importance of this match for a few of these players.
Yeah.
And if you go back to the 2022 World Cup, say a guy like Enzo Fernandez, he wasn't starting to begin with. They lose that initial game to Saudi Arabia, and some changes needed to happen for Lionel Scaloni, and he was one of those changes. And you think back to the sort of World Cup that he had. I wonder who the equivalent of that player is in this team currently that we're watching from Argentina. Who's that guy that is going to come in and make such a difference like Enzo Fernandez did or McAllister did in that World Cup for Argentina?
Battling away to try and win possession. Down goes Lo Celso. Down goes Simeone. Play on, says the referee. And Lisandro wins it back. Palacios. Moving it quicker. Moving it well. Barco. Hiay. That'll be another corner. I spoke to you about Lionel Messi. How long will he play? Hopefully we get the chance to see the young man Nico Paz. What a season he's had in Serie A with Como, who'll be playing in the Champions League next season in front of him.
Lionel Messi.
Yes.
What a season he had. You mentioned for Como and the confidence with which he played, the creativity, productive, scoring goals, scoring big goals for Como, and just overall a source of creativity for that team in the attacking half. I'm just not sure as to how many minutes, how many productive minutes he will have during the World Cup if Messi is indeed playing the majority of those minutes.
Good battling from Rigoberto Rivas, but he's not getting what he wanted, and that's a throw-in. Quarter of an hour gone. It's goalless, as expected. Most of the ball with Argentina, but no way through just yet beyond Mendjivar. Sacasa. Melendez.
I know we've spoken quite a bit about Argentina, and you mentioned it briefly in the open about Honduras and how their qualification process fell apart towards the end. And you called it interesting. That's because you're a nice guy. The other way to describe it is
a disaster.
A disaster, a total collapse from Honduras late in the qualification process. And it wasn't just that they finished second in their group. Is that they didn't even qualify to the playoff.
Yeah.
Suriname. Let me repeat that. Suriname, they qualified to the playoff instead of Honduras because of goals scored. So the collapse was dramatic. And to make it even worse, when they were tying the game 0-0 against Costa Rica in the last day of qualification, they played for the draw thinking that that was going to be enough.
Yep.
They were wasting time late when they needed to score a goal in order to make sure that they qualified. They thought that they had secured the playoff. They certainly did not. So it was not only a collapse, but an embarrassing collapse at that.
And one diagonal, and here's the opportunity for Rivas. Well defended. Rosales. Opportunity here, and not too far away. Best chance of the game so far for Honduras, and the strike was from Edwin Rodriguez.
It doesn't take a whole lot from Honduras. It's a diagonal ball that cannot turn Argentina around. They are able to win the rebound eventually. Edwin Rodriguez just jumps on it, puts his laces through the ball, just can't quite keep it down. Courtesy dive from Juan Musso. 0-0.
Am I allowed to say who Suriname faced in the Intercontinental semi-final, or is it still too soon?
No, you can say it. I don't know how I'm going to react to it, but you can say it.
Bolivia.
How did Bolivia do today against Scotland?
They were thumped 4-0.
Yeah, good to know.
That's all our goals used up. I remember sitting in a booth with you. Can't remember what game it was, and we were talking about Venezuela being at the World Cup. Hopefully, because you started so well. And then Bolivia's victory over Brazil in the final game, very painful.
Combined with Venezuela's loss against Colombia.
Yes. Wide by Valentin Barco.
Yeah, no, I haven't turned the page. It's a good thing that I haven't let it go yet.
And here's an opportunity on the counter for Honduras. Luis Palma. That looked a good tackle by Barco. Referee agrees, saying the ball was won. They've still got bodies forward, Honduras, so that could be problematic. Not a good ball in for Lautaro. And away comes Moncada.
And I agree with Lautaro Martinez. As Thiago Almada is driving with this ball forward and Simeone has made the run out wide, just play it out wide. And then that allows Lautaro Martinez to set up his run inside the 18-yard box, away from the defender, expecting the cross coming from Giuliano Simeone. Thiago Almada decided to go with a ball squeeze between two defenders, and this is a good tackle from Valentin Barco, gets there in time, wins the ball back.
"20 minutes gone, goalless." This is Rivas. Started to come into this game a little bit more. Honduras, it would have been a foul. Referee playing the advantage. Now, Moncada with trickery and pace, but no end product there for Benguche.
It's not the worst ball from Moncada. It puts it in between the defenders. It is then the responsibility of Benguche to try to split the defenders and get there ahead of Otamendi. He does not. It's going to be very difficult from Moncada from that sort of angle to get the ball around Otamendi and into the back post. Benguche could help him a little bit more.
It was excellent close control to begin with by Lautaro. He feels he was fouled. He wasn't. Honduras come away with it and then give it away. Scaloni, the coach, clearly was asked about Messi at the press conference, said he'll get some minutes, whether it's this game or whether it's the game against Iceland in Auburn, Alabama on Tuesday. Supporters that have paid a lot of money for tickets for this one are hoping it's the former rather than the latter. And for those that have spent a lot of money to go to the game in Auburn on Tuesday, they'll be hoping it's both. Here's Lo Celso.
Tell you what, Argentina are doing the college tour.
Yeah, they are, right?
Texas A&M, Auburn. Not bad.
National teams in college towns. Great to see. Chattanooga as well, getting into the World Cup spirit.
Oh, no.
You know what it is. This cooling break is brought to you by Gatorade.
No.
It's hot, Ali. It's 83 degrees.
These cooling breaks are going to kill my spirit during the World Cup. I'm telling you right now.
What was quite funny last week, Scotland played Curaçao at Hampden. It was freezing. They had a cooling break. Because that's what all these Road to 26 World Cup friendlies have to have.
And they will have it at the World Cup, and everybody's sort of trying to get used to it and what have you. Oh, man.
As a coach, instead of 2 halves, it's basically 4 quarters now. Does that change in any way your setup?
I mean, I suppose this is the equivalent in basketball of a 20-second timeout, if you will,
Maybe.
in that regard. It depends how the game is going. If you're flying and you have rhythm and you have momentum, you don't want to stop, regardless of how hot it is. If you're struggling and you're under pressure, yeah, you'll stop. You'll stop for as long as they let you stop. I don't know how much a manager can influence decisions on the field while the game is going on. So I suppose the cooling break allows you to have conversations more in more detail with the players and kind of deliver a fresh message that perhaps is different than the message that you deliver in the locker room.
Yeah, it's a little easier when you've got a predetermined opportunity to deliver a message to everybody you want to, rather than, pass this note or speak to the guy on the far side, tell him I need that to happen. Plenty Hondurans, but even more Argentinians in attendance at Kyle Field in College Station. Not quite as many here as came to see the King of Country, George Strait, in the summer of 2024. 110,000 tickets.
Oh, man. You mean all my exes live in Texas?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo will set the record of playing in 6 World Cups, which is quite incredible. I was doing a piece for ESPN.com with Craig Gordon, one of the 3 Scotland goalkeepers, who's the oldest player in the squad. And we were talking about Ronaldo, and we worked it out. Portugal have to get to the final in 2030 for him to become the oldest player ever in the World Cup by 6 days. He'll be 45 at the time. Nice little flick from Lo Celso. Hiai. Well dealt with by Rosales.
A little bit of patience there from Agustin Hiai would have allowed him to see that while Valentin Barco had made that run in behind, that had taken a defender with Barco and had opened a pass into Lautaro Martinez, who had the inside position on the center back. You play that ball, hold up play for Lautaro Martinez, you follow your pass, and now you're cooking if you're Argentina.
That's a foul. Remember a few months ago when there were questions because Lionel Messi refused to confirm that he would definitely be playing at this World Cup? Good to see him in the squad. There was never any doubt, though, was there?
Well, no, but I would argue that after they won the World Cup in 2022, if there was a time to walk away from the national team, it would have been then. But once he started playing qualifiers and you're going to go through the struggles of qualifying and the long road that it is qualifying in South America and CONMEBOL, then the reason that he was going to put himself through that was because he was going to play in the World Cup. Otherwise, you say, muchachos, take care, buenas noches, I'll see you guys later.
Lo Celso. 2 players making the same run there, Almada and Barco, but no harm done. This is Lisandro Martinez, Ezequiel Palacios. Kind of playing without that striker when Lautaro goes wide. Giuliano would come in field. The cross-in's comfortable for Menjivar.
I'm going to tell you, not loving this Giuliano Simeone in the left-hand side.
No, just looks wrong.
And I think for him, he's a guy that depends a lot on activity. And that activity comes natural to him down the right-hand side when he can just run back and forth. And it's in that activity that he creates chaos defensively for other teams.
The likelihood is it'll be Nahuel Molina of Atletico Madrid that will start at right back. Got more action for you tomorrow. On the road to 26, presented by Turkish Airlines. Morocco-Norway, 2:55 on ESPN Unlimited. I'll be joined by Rodrigo Faiez for that one. Norway had probably the best team photo prior to the World Cup. Dressed up as Vikings with the longboat. I think they'll do all right at this World Cup. And Morocco in with Brazil.
And?
Haiti.
And?
Scotland.
Ah.
It's our second game. Brazil start against Morocco. It's a good one to begin with. The new world rankings are going to have Brazil in 6th and Morocco in 7th. The new world rankings are going to have Argentina at number 1, ahead of Spain and France. A lot of the ball, but looking for a little bit of inspiration. Lo Celso.
Oh, somebody's got to shoot the ball, Mark.
Yeah.
The moment this ball is laid off to Lo Celso, just hit it with your right foot. I know you're a heavily left-footed player. If you're Lo Celso, just hit it. Take a chance. You take an additional touch that allows Honduras to get numbers around the ball. They get crowded out. Opportunity gone. Danger gone.
Well, they got the shot off early doors from distance. Giuliano in the 7th minute from 25 yards. But that time, just overplaying. Here's Rosales. Well, it should be a booking, and it is. Sometimes referees in friendlies, I might just say, come on. There's no real opportunity to let that one slip.
Valentin Barco just gets the wrong angle. Once he gets on the wrong side, Joseph Rosales takes a touch around him. There is no other recourse other than fouling him.
He's looked lively. They just need to give him more of the ball, Derek Moncada. He's football in Colombia. He's one to watch. He's just 18 years old. He might need a little bit of treatment.
I think he got the Lisandro Martinez treatment, who went with a swing and a miss on the ball, but he might have gotten quite a bit of Moncada.
Barco's left. Honduras fans in the crowd whistling in the hope that the player can get treatment.
Yeah, he got a whole lot of him, Lisandro Martinez. In real time, I felt like the swing and a miss by Lisandro Martinez was a swing and a miss on the ball and a whole lot of Moncada, and there it is.
You were spot on. When he's ended up off the field, he's then hobbled back onto the field and gone down. He's clearly hurt. And Honduras are asking, where's a free kick? And when there's no play, the attention turns to the man who's currently sat down, Lionel Messi. And the chants emanate from the stands.
Tell you what, under different circumstances, I may be sitting here telling you that Lisandro Martinez could have been in danger here, but given that it's a friendly, it may be dealt with differently. We gave him the full trim. That ball is long gone, and
there.
he kicks him higher than the knee. Derek Moncada actually does Lisandro Martinez a favor in that he didn't go down initially. He just kind of popped up and then went down. Let me just say that if he had sold that differently, maybe the referee makes a different decision.
He's wearing the number 8 jersey tonight. It's probably going to be Enzo Fernandez wearing it during the tournament. Barco will wear 20. Sure what Melendez was up to there, trying to play out of trouble, and the penalty's been awarded for the foul, which was committed inside the box. Lo Celso coming so close to the opener, but Argentina now have an opportunity from about 10 yards closer because of a clumsy bit of play from Christopher Melendez.
There's a reason as to why Lo Celso wants to take the shot with his left foot, which he did so very well off the crossbar and out. I mean, he was scrambling, he was never going to get there, and then Tagliafico, after the missed clearance from Melendez, Tagliafico is able to regain possession of the ball, and as Melendez tries to make a challenge, kind of dangles his leg out there, does make some contact, steps on Tagliafico. It is a foul. It is a penalty. Some would say it's a penaltito. Maybe the referee is going to take a look at it.
I wonder if there's a handball in here as well, and I think that might be what Melendez was complaining about. Let's see what we have here. Oh boy. VAR's helping out with the location of the foul.
If it's indeed a foul, it was inside the 18-yard box from Melendez. And you called it correctly. It was clumsy challenge, unnecessary challenge from Christopher Melendez. And it comes from his own turnover, his own failure to clear the danger.
Penalty. "36 goals and 75 caps." Lautaro Martinez. Slightly off-putting when you see the back of the net kind of only goes halfway along where the actual stanchion is, but anyway, it's by the bars. It's Lautaro Martinez against Edric Menjivar. And it's 1-0 Argentina. 37th international goal for Lautaro. Applause from Messi and co. And the deadlock is broken in College Station.
Of the players that could really take advantage of a game like this one, it would be Lautaro Martinez. Takes it so well. While Menjivar gets it the right way, there's a whole lot of power behind it. Maybe gets the slightest touch on it, maybe not. It goes into the back of the net. Well taken. As for Christopher Melendez, failure to clear the danger to begin with, and then clumsy challenge that catches the top of the foot of Tagliafico. It is a penalty, well taken by Lautaro Martinez, 1-0.
He does, with hindsight, have the opportunity just to get rid. He clearly thinks he has the ability to take a touch and get beyond his man, which he didn't. Foul. Lo Celso, the penalty awarded. Deadlock broken. Lautaro for his 37th international. Giuliano, who's back on the right-hand side now. Barco. Palacios. And Almada gets it back.
Maybe the coaching staff was listening to us, and then they passed on the information to Lionel Scaloni. Simeone on the left-hand side just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They may have tried it, didn't work. Let's get him back to the right-hand side.
Yeah, this is the place to try it, either this game or against Iceland. Try something a little bit different, but I doubt we'll be seeing him on the left during the World Cup. Watching a conversation here between Barco and Hiai. Right back getting forward, and Barco's like, I got you. Sat a little bit deeper.
This is when the understanding with Simeone has to be very clear. If Hiai is taking the wide area, then Simeone has got to come inside. If Simeone goes wide, then Hiai can work the inside channel. But that only comes with playing together. And let me just tell you, it can't happen if Simeone is on the left-hand side.
The hardest workers in La Liga. A number of occasions last season with Atleti, he would come back and help either Marcos Llorente or Miguel Molina. So why you do all these drills, Honduras, in training? Because you've got the ball, it's because you're defending against a team with a lot of possession. If he'd continued, he actually stopped a little bit. If he'd continued the run that Lo Celso thought he was going to make, Lautaro, then it might have been different.
I think, and I'm going to go into Lautaro Martinez's head at this point. Once Lo Celso took the touch that he took, it felt like the touch was further back than what Lautaro Martinez wanted. Therefore, I believe Lautaro Martinez thought the angle was gone, and there was no space for him to attack at that point. Hence why he stayed in between the two center backs, looking for a different angle for to support Lo Celso and make the pass for Lo Celso easier.
There's been no further video evidence of Lionel Messi on the big screen, so the noise you can hear in the background is the wave which is being attempted around Kyle Field. Good from Giuliano. Good through ball for Lautaro, and good goalkeeping from Menjivar.
then Lo Celso can cover the left-hand side.
Super crowd in attendance for this one. Biggest college stadiums in the United States. Capacity of 102,733. Palacios. Barco. It's perfect. Caliafico. It's the corner. Melendez. Second of the game. The Albiceleste. Argentina in Group J at the World Cup, so they'll be one of the last teams to play their first game. Early call from Rigoberto Rivas. Almada. Good ball. Nice little flick by Giuliano, but and Hivar was in the right place at the right time. Good move though. Nice piece of skill by Rosales. 4 added minutes. Corner kick brought to you by Enterprise.
I wonder if Simeone is aware of Lisandro Martinez behind him, because if he just lets this ball go, Lisandro Martinez has a tap in. As an attacking player, thinking you're the only one who can score. Tries to go with the back heel, doesn't make the contact that he wants, still 1-0.
You're in that position, you hear that shout, you're doing exactly what was just done by Julian.
I don't know what shout you're talking about.
That's not a free kick, and he's told to get up again.
It didn't quite work out in that sequence, but that sort of run from Giuliano Simeone, it creates chaos. It creates tension for defenders who, because he is so vertical, he'll get after defenders. Again, didn't quite work out in that particular sequence, but it does, I think, unbalance what a team is trying to do defensively.
And Rigoberto Rivas just lacking the quality with the delivery end. We're heading towards 90 seconds into the 4 added minutes. Road to 26 with Turkish Airlines replay. Nothing doing with that. How would you assess what you've seen from Argentina in this first half?
Just about what I expected. A lot of possession in the attacking half. They've created a couple of chances, scored a goal. Probably haven't been as goal dangerous as they would want it to be. But all in all, I think it has been a useful exercise so far.
Sloppy from Arriaga, picked up by Almada. The cross doesn't reach its intended destination, but it does allow Argentina to get their third corner and Lo Celso to go over to them. What an effort. And that took Mengíbar by surprise. And Lisandro Martinez, who wanted the ball left by Giuliano a couple of minutes ago, does this.
That took Lisandro Martinez by surprise. It makes no sense to try this in that sort of circumstance, as he is facing completely away from goal, but the ball had